I just want to go over things. You've joined Valentus. What do you do next? For those that are IRs and have people join, what do you tell your representatives? What do you tell your preferred customers? I want to go over that with you, okay? You sign up an IR, you immediately want to get them to get into their rotator and save it. If anybody goes into their back office, you select rotator, and it's going to be a default section to alternate, and this is a very slow computer, so you have to bear with me. So you see where it has alternate, left leg, and right leg. So you got to know the leg that you start on, okay? And you want to set that leg to the same leg that you started on, okay? And then remember to hit save. That should be your first thing. That's priority. Then your next thing should be, you got to set up their earnings. So go over that with them. And while you're doing this, you can have them looking at their computer on the other end and just kind of go through things with them and just teach them how to do that. You can go into payment options, and payment options is going to give you a couple of choices. You're going to use Payoneer is more for U.S. customers. It's a MasterCard, prepaid MasterCard. We find in Canada that the Payoneer has better rates, and we've been setting people up with a Payoneer that are in Canada. So they're going to have to go through that. You're going to have to add that. You just highlight the button and select that selection.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, for sure.
In regards to the Payoneer, now we noticed, like, we set up our Payoneer right away. We were supposed
time to teach you to do that right. You need to go through the final step of making sure it's set up to go into your bank account.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? You want to keep it in an ATM card, or you want it to deposit automatically?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah, because when I set up the banking information, I thought, oh, I'm done. That's all I have to do. And then I just was playing around with it today and found that option and went, oh, I have to set that.
Yeah, they send you that email, and then you have to highlight, and click on to activate the card and that sort of thing. So you need to do that, or else you won't get paid.
No, I had done that.
Everybody here knows that. We actually have an option. There's a couple of different options that you can use. You can go down here and you can select, you can do not credit any of your earnings, so that means it's going to go to whatever, the Payoneer or the Payoneer, it's going to go there. You could credit a certain dollar figure. Say you wanted $200 to put towards your next purchase that you're going to make. You can do that through your credit wallet. You can just highlight that, and your next earnings are going to go into your credit wallet. Or what you could do for new people, this is what I really like, is put all your earnings into your credit wallet. Because, on their fast starts and they're just going to get their first few, it's a good opportunity for them to use that money, not put it on their credit card, and just buy products right from that credit wallet. You can also use your credit wallet to transfer funds to your downline, if you needed to help them out, if you wanted to make another purchase some way. So these are things that you can do. Yeah?
Okay, can you apply the credit wallet to the monthly oil purchase?
Yes, you can use it for the monthly purchase. So that's your monthly purchase, yeah. But you would have to cancel your auto ship, because your auto ship will still come out. Like if you make a purchase, you would just have to go in and make a purchase, a product order, and that would cover your monthly loyalty, right? But you would have to cancel the loyalty program if you did have that. So.
You could also use it as an incentive plan if your team is building and you had, say, $500 built up there, and you wanted to say for, hey, you know what, team, I'm going to give a free $100 credit to anybody that does something, stands on their head, jumps up and down, whatever it is. You could transfer $100 as a reward to them out of your credit wallet.
And I did do that. I did. The most three-way calls out of my team, I gave a reward of $100, right? Did that for a month. So these are things that you can use for your team to give a little bit of incentive. And it doesn't have to be $100. You can do whatever you want.
Somebody says to you, I don't have $200, but what if I was to give you $200, but I don't have a credit card? You can actually transfer money from your wallet to their account, so they have money in their account, and they can purchase their product using that credit wallet, and so they can stay active if they didn't have a credit card. We get that asked often. Someone say, oh, well, I don't have a credit card. How am I gonna do this? I don't wanna go to the local Walmart and buy a debit card or whatever. You could physically get them to give you the money and you transfer it to their ID number using your credit roll. And they'd have the money there to purchase the product.
Question, Greg?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say too, if you leave your US funds that you've earned on the card, you only ever pay exchange on the very first purchase. So you're buying your second, third, whatever, your monthly loyalty with US funds. You know, so you're not getting.
With the extra 5% on credit card. Good point. Very good. Yeah.
Everybody on here knows how to set up their loyalty purchase. So go into the loyalty purchase, and this is just advice, but you want to get to that next level as fast as you can. And obviously, the highest level you can come in at is the Ruby. Now
Quiet, change that language. I just taught you something.
You missed the first part. I took pictures for you. I'll explain
Business
after.
builder,
business builders.
which qualifies you as a Ruby.
That's correct.
Okay?
That's correct. Thanks, Don.
That's
right. Now, to achieve Emerald, you can do it one of two ways. One on business volume or on consumption. If you consume 3 boxes, you achieve Emerald in 6 months. You can do it in half that time if you up to the 6th box, and it actually is only $80 more. You know, I'm talking Canadian prices here. You're getting double the product, and they're achieving Emerald status within 3 months. What's that mean for you? You need 3 emeralds to achieve diamond, right? So you want to create that urgency, and that's a way of achieving it the fastest way. So I always tell people, if you're willing to invest the money to purchase a builder box, then what's an extra $80 to achieve it in half the time? You know, does anybody see a problem with that?
Nope.
And if you promote it that way too, and you see the logic behind that, it's really a simple decision.
So let's talk about that semantic. I'm a business guy. I'm a 3-box user. I use 4 because we use the energy as well. But I take the coffee in the morning, the trim at supper time, and then unit bedtime. That's 3 boxes. If I bought a 6-box loyalty, I have now lots of samples to give away for only $70 US or approximately 80 or 90 or 100 Canadian. Divide that by those 3 boxes. If it was all coffee that was extra, those are lots of free samples you can give out that you feel pretty good about giving, instead of giving them out at the full price that it costs you just for the 3 boxes. So I'm an infomercial guy. I would say $129, and for just $70 more, you get 6 boxes, right? It's a real good way to think samples in the 6-box pack, right? And why we do that is to his point. You want to get the emerald quick, because the last thing you want is all the volume, and you don't hit diamond because you don't have the 3 emeralds. So we try to duplicate that on our team, and that's kind of why Nancy and I got the blue diamond when we did. We were the second, well, we were actually the fastest in the company because Tim Wilson was in it 5 months before. But we got there because we really encouraged and understood the emerald is the key. It's the real key to our business model. Got to get the emerald, got to get 3 emeralds. Then the volume comes. So get your emeralds out of the way is all I'm point. You can go from a 6-box to a 3-box after you get the emerald. You don't have to stay at a 6-box. But it's nice to get there. Okay?
You're going to find that when you get to that level that you're not going to have enough product anyways, and sometimes you're going to have to place an order, you know, just to bring in enough samples. So by having 6 boxes, trust me, that's not too much. You know, you're always going to have. Yeah,
That's a
sure.
good question. So I think you just mentioned that. So for 3 months, you buy the 6-pack or the 6 boxes, you become an emerald, and then let's say on the 4th month or 5th month, you decide to drop down to say the 3-pack. Do you remain an emerald?
Yes.
For sure.
You
Yes,
do?
you do.
Okay.
Well, you have to do it to save your rank.
Yeah, maybe talk about that just briefly, about the qualifications.
Yeah, so
And volume.
Yeah, so you need to be on a minimum loyalty program of 3 box to maintain your rank and your volume.
Yeah.
You can hold your spot with 1 box, but you lose your rank and you lose your volume. You're accumulating, don't you?
No, it stays.
Oh, I thought it did.
No. So that's why I wanted you to mention that so we can cover off, because we're all learning together. So 3 box loyalty program, you maintain rank, and you get all the volume that's building below you by everybody's people, it stays there, it doesn't flush out, it stays there. If you don't need to maintain the rank, just keep a one box going, and all the volume will stay there, but you will lose the rank. So if you're a business builder, became a qualified Emerald, and you want to go to a business builder, you became a qualified Ruby, and then you did 3 months of six-pack, became a qualified Emerald, and you went back to a 50, one box, you would lose the Emerald status, but all the volume would maintain there. So it's obviously to your advantage to maintain the Emerald status, because if you're going for Diamond, you need 3 Emeralds, right? So it's a real, in your back office, and Brett can show you that quickly, you can find out what your Emerald and who your Emeralds are and where they're at in the month.
And do you get paid higher on when you're at Emerald ranking than if you let it fall off?
You get paid depth.
Right.
We have a unilevel pay plan rather than a binary, as someone would say. And so you get, as an Emerald, 5 levels of depth of people. So, you know,
That's an added bonus.
I sponsored
Maintain.
Nancy, she sponsored Peter, he sponsored Brett, we sponsored Peter. That's 4 people directly in my linkage. So I would still get paid a percentage of his earnings, right? I get a 5th when I'm an Emerald. As a Ruby, you only get 4 levels. So getting an Emerald gives you a 5th level of linkage, which is totally outside of our comp plan of the 2 legs. That's just called a matching bonus. So you want to understand that there's a real importance in depth that you get when you make rank advancements.
That's also a good reason to maintain.
That's a good
Like
reason
I'm
to
just
maintain,
saying,
yes.
to maintain it, you're gonna get paid more.
Yeah.
This time of month is a really good time to be going into your contact manager, and you want to get in there and you want to find out, you know, who's joined the team. If they're green, that means that they are current for the month, so they've made a purchase. If they're yellow, that means that they have an auto shipment that is yet to be delivered. If they're red, that means that they haven't placed an order. And if they're orange, it means that an order was tried to be made, but let's say the visa didn't go through or they didn't have enough money, okay, so it actually failed. So you need to know all those things. For example, if you have a Ruby or an Emerald in a position and maybe they're still red. Why are they? Maybe they don't even know. Maybe they set up a loyalty program, or they maybe changed it and they didn't realize that they actually changed it. They're not getting that loyalty program to the next month, and they still needed to make a current month buy. You know, you got to make sure that these people know if you don't make a purchase before the end of the month, they're going to lose their rank, right? So this is where you want to follow up on your team, and this is how you see it really quick.
And what was that heading again? Under what?
Contact manager.
Okay, good.
And then genealogy. You want to go into genealogy. This is where it's going to show you the volume, and that's what I wanted to show you is this. To find out who you've enrolled, you click on here, you go to enroller tree. It's like watching paint dry with this computer.
Let me just, while it's syncing up there, I'm syncing up. Loyalty programs are only able to be set to the 25th of the month. If you don't have a loyalty program, you can place an order right to the very last second of the end of the month to qualify. I like to be on a loyalty program because I never want to forget. Okay, but if you are so inclined to want to just put it in when you want to, remember you have until the end of the month to place an order. You don't have to be on loyalty. It's risky though. Because we have people that forget, their credit card doesn't go through, then they're scrambling with 2 hours left till midnight, and they're calling us going, what am I going to do? And I go, well, why didn't you do this 2 or 3 or 5 days ago? So be careful, you know, because you will lose your rank.
Not sure why it's not popping up here, but
Yeah. There you
try it one more time.
There it is.
There, there.
Go down.
Wow.
There's no
So
cell
what
service.
it's trying to show you is in the contact manager,
There's
your
no cell
enroller tree
service
lets you
either.
dig right into an actual person you enroll and lets you see how they're doing. In fact, you can categorize, I wanna look at all my rubies, I wanna look at all my emeralds and above, I wanna look at all my
Look at the
platinums
leg.
and above. It'll separate out the
Pre-release.
ones that aren't ranked anymore, so you can key in on those, and then you
Where
can
was I
see who
looking?
doesn't have a
Look at the
loyalty.
volume.
Here it goes.
Okay?
Okay,
Oh,
so
yes.
for enroller,
Look at
like,
this.
say you wanted to know who's your rubies and above, you can go in there in this drop-down menu, and you can select ruby and above,
Oh, that's cool.
and then you go to change view, and then that's gonna show you, you know, all your emeralds and rubies, and I've got a diamond in there. So, you also, here's the most important thing, that's on your first generation. You see the levels up here? You can go into your levels, and you can go to all, and you can go to change view, and boom, there's your whole team. Everybody from Ruby above. And you see the numbers there, just at the far left? That's your generation. That's like second, third, fourth generation. What you need to take from this is you should be friends with every single one of those people up there in your list. And connect with all of them. Because they're all part of your team, and you gotta reach down and help all of them. Doesn't matter where they are. And help them build their team, right? So, what can I do for you?
No, I'm just waving to people in the doorway.
Oh, okay.
No, it's
He's like,
Lewis.
I was like, you want me to come over there?
One more version will show you, look, Brad, show them the list binary view. Okay? Because that's an area that people always ask, how do you know
Look at this.
how many people you got below you?
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Hey, we're at almost
You
10,000.
didn't even explain that right there, Brad. You have two legs, right? The left team and the right
You're
team.
gonna spill down.
All you see in this picture is who's your first person on the left and who's your first person on the right. Most people look at this one on their back office because they're surfing around and they go, oh, well, there's only one on the left, one on the right. How come I don't have anybody below me? I thought I was building a team. Well, watch what happens here. So click on your right maybe, Brett.
Click on my right.
Double click on the right. Now you're gonna see a linear view of all of your people. And you're gonna know who's a member, who's a customer, who's a pre-enroller. Well, if it clicks.
I know a guy,
What's that?
I know a guy who can get you a computer. Mr. Donnie.
It is a big team, but.
The internet's pretty slow down here.
Anyways, here's the interesting thing. Brett's on the right team, David, you're on the right team.
Yep.
So Brett's right is your right.
Yep.
I just put a person in this morning on the right. It's his right. Peter's on my right. We're all the same right, right? Right. So when you set your rotator, it goes to the bottom of the right, whatever your team is. If you're on the left, it goes to the bottom of the left, wherever your team is. So that's why it's important when you come in to ask your person who sponsored you, well, what team am I on? Am I on your left team or your right team? Because your rotator should be set there, and we teach a philosophy 3 to the right, or 3 to the left. Bring 3 to the tree. And why we do that is we want you to build depth and teach that. So if you came in on the right, bring 3 to the right, 3 to the right, 3 to the right, 3 to the right, and that person that's coming in now is turning their rotator to the right, and they go 3 to the right, 3 to the right, and then they bring the next person and then turn it to the right. Why do we do that? Because we want you to know what you're doing before you open up your own leg. Because when you turn your rotator away from the tree that you came in on, you're totally responsible for those people. You're on your own. You better be ready, because you have a big responsibility to teach them and train them. So that's why we teach 3 to the right. Trust me, it's the way to go. I don't think it's, oh, there it goes. There it goes. Okay, so this is a linear view now of a genealogy. And if you look, see the letters? M is a member, C is a customer, M is a member. And it gives you the numbers as well. P is a pre-enrollment, right? Now, if get their email and their phone number. Privacy is protected here. You can't go in there and look at somebody that was sponsored by somebody else and give them a phone call. You have to give them permission on Facebook. So to Brett's point, when you start seeing somebody doing really well, and you're not literally connected up to them, you could Facebook friend them. Say, hey, by the way, I noticed that you're on our success line. Love to help you if you need help. They have to give you permission. So there's a lot of security protection. I'll just show you now. Adding people to groups. Thinking about it is, everybody here on Facebook or on social media probably, if you're not part of any of these groups, I suggest you get on them. Just let your upline know and we'll add you. But this is Stephen Coffee gets results. And on that page, once you highlight it, you can go down here to File, and you click on File, and there's a lot of very useful information in there. The letters I send out to my so if someone comes in, I have a canned letter there. You can change it with your words in it, and the files in there. We update this a lot. So you can see it's got info